Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the National Sim Group Cup Series, and we are here at Sonoma Raceway. Hello, everybody. I'm Agent Capola in the broadcast booth with me, and I'm very, very excited to announce this. It is Mr. Thunderstorm League of Racing himself, Noah Wilson. Noah, how are you, my friend?
I am very, very excited the fact that I get to be here with you today. I'm actually great. I'm actually fantastic now because I'm here with you, broadcast booth, and I'm watching some road course racing, which is awesome.
Yeah, something a little different that we normally don't see when it comes to the NASCAR Cup cars, Xfinity cars, or truck vehicles. We're turning left and we're turning right. And just off of that, I got to tell you the name of this race because it is a hell of a humdinger.
Let me hear it, AJ. Make me laugh.
The Whippersnapper, Blaster, Laster, Caster, Master of Disaster, right turn, left turn, 175K.
Hey, AJ?
What?
I hope you're saying it for the rest of the night because I can't.
Well, I've shortened it. I've talked to Brayton Laster, who, if you guys don't know who he is, he's an ARCA series driver, and I think he ran a couple truck series races last year. If anybody remembers Jessica Friesen going upside down, I think it was Knoxville, he just right behind it, no problem.
See, I was just thinking to myself, why did they get mad if I called it like the Abracadabra race? Because it almost sounded like that.
Well, I shortened it, and I said the Laster Motorsports 175, but before the Laster Motorsports 175K.
Perfect.
So, before we really get into it, I want to thank our wonderful sponsors who we have on board with just a couple minutes left in qualifying. Here they are. as I'm trying to find it. There it is. The Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast. We just aired an episode on the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation movie, Wrestling Over Everything, Drinking Bros, Auto Racing, and Hutch Paints. All the links can be found down in the description below. Please go check them out. It'll do them a favor. It'll do us a favor. But let's talk about Sonoma Raceway, and what better to do that with a driver that has run here a lot, might not like the track, as I've come to find out in the last 10 minutes. Noah, we're not going to go around the race course yet, but tell everybody how this track runs.
This track runs very irritating. No, let me actually. This track, it's a very slick and obviously a very elevation changing racetrack. It's tight. It's fast and it's not fast. It's not like Watkins Glen's fast, but it's not Indy slow. So you got to be very easy on the throttles, going through the S's. There's not very much heavy full throttle time on this racetrack, which makes it pretty unique. It's a very driver's course because, AJ, I don't know if you know this, but like there is a lot of blind corners. Like these guys coming up right here in turn 2. You can't see right-hander. You can't see the other side. So you just got to really know the track and just be patient and really be easy on the throttle today, or else you're going to go dirt track racing in the dirt out here.
And how easy is it to do that, to get off track here?
For the most part, pretty easy. Like just as easy as this right here. Look at these guys.
Yeah, that was Scott. That was Scott Ramler having a little bit of fun. That was everybody having a little bit of fun. As I think practice it just has about 30 seconds. Yes, it does.
But
left in it.
But it's actually really easy since you say that, because like I mentioned earlier, you can't see the corner coming off turn 2. It's so easy to realize once you get up to the corner, you're like, uh-oh, I'm actually blowing this corner. And guess what? You're in the dirt. The S's, you can get on the throttle too hard, spin your tires, and guess what? You're going in the dirt. It's a hard track to kind of keep all fours on there. But if you do that, I promise you're going to be pretty darn successful. Even coming right here to this kink or...
Oh, and there goes John Tiller.
As I was literally talking about this corner, it's easy to get your left sides on that dirt, and you're going to do that. So it's just... It's easier to be in the dirt than it is on the track, to be honest.
Well, before you go any further, Mike Campigio just subscribed to All Star 15 TV. What's going on?
Don't forget me when you're famous, AJ. You're about to be like a star.
I wish.
No,
I
you are.
absolutely wish.
You're a star in my heart.
But really, I honestly think if you're a driver that is not great at road courses, is very worried about tonight, your biggest aspect is to just keep the car on the track.
100%. And honestly, in these big old hefty stock cars, I'm like the biggest voice saying that these aren't really the fun place to ride road courses in these cars, but if you keep all 4 tires on these big old hunk of metals and just drive the track instead of the race, you will find yourself in a pretty darn good position near the end of this race.
Yeah, there's the Jacob May machine in the number 10 All-Star 15 car, but we gotta show a little bit of what's on that hood. The Stepping Stone Foundation, I'm honestly gonna look it up in a couple minutes, just as we're gonna need some time to kill, as they're gonna be traversing this race course under a caution lap to go green. But how hard is it? Oh! How important is qualifying? Not how hard. How important is qualifying up front here, Noah?
Well, it's in my case, like I always think it's good, especially road courses, more important than road courses. It's always good to try to start as front as you possibly can because there's no cautions in this race. So you want to go ahead and give yourself that good track position to start the race, so you're not finding yourself eating the tires, especially at a hot track like this, trying to catch up to the leader. Or matter of fact, you might find yourself already 10 seconds, 20 seconds behind the leader, 3, 4, 5 laps in the race. So I think qualifying up front, if you're really trying for the win, it's so important to go ahead and start that early track position and get yourself in spitting distance right away and make the race basically already in your hands from the start.
Well, as we see pretty much everybody on the racetrack right now, because you have to at least attempt a lap to be allowed to race tonight. I think he's going to be the first car to put a lap down, as long as he doesn't get an off track, doesn't get an X.
Yeah, I see our buddy who's racing with us on Wednesday, Dalton. He's a dirt track racing right now over here in turn 8A.
That could be bad.
You know, I'm hoping he does great. He's another TLR buddy of ours. He's brand new, so he's got to represent.
I think
us
he's
a
been
little
there a
bit.
couple weeks. And what do you know? Scott Rambler goes P1 after his first lap, and he's already balls to the wall on his second lap.
Wasn't this guy like the fastest in practice? I'm kind of surprised he's on pole right now.
Well, he was the fastest in yesterday's practice, and he's the fastest in today's practice. Right now, he's sitting almost at a 116 flat. He did eclipse a 115 in practice.
Look at him wheeling and dealing it right there. And you notice that, AJ? Coming off that corner right there, I think that's... I mean, I'm not the brightest person in the world, but I believe that corner right there is turn 5. Believe it or not, if you run off more of that track up there, like if you really take that run off, you see a lot of NASCAR guys do it, but here on iRacing, you can lose a little bit of time doing that. I've noticed that when I was racing here on the NIS series, just kind of hot lapping and whatnot. It's best to try to keep your left sides on that rumble strip. Go past that. You're not really going to put good laps down.
No, and we're going to see Jacob Mays. He's going to try to better his lap time. He can only go up from here. Scott Rambler has taken it and said, one and done, I'm done. Does he improve that lap time from a 116.81? No, he does not.
Yeah, he doesn't respect the cone either.
Jason Blaney right here. Let's see if he improves. Survey says he is. He's going to go P3 right behind Scott Rambler and Zachary Taylor. Oh, and Dalton Fredericks on his second lap goes P2.
For all that dirt track racing. I think he was just trying to heat up the tires. That's all he was doing.
Landon Williams. His second lap will get him a little bit better of a time, but he's going to stay in 6th place. Andrew Moore is going to stay in 7th. Kyle Zimmer, as he crosses the line, he's going to stay in 10th. Oh, he's going to go up to 7th. I lied.
I'll act like I didn't hear you lying. These guys have some sexy cars.
Right now in 17th position, it's Andrew Russo.
Going with the high line.
He's going to try it. You know, that would probably be good on your out lap because you get the really good run down towards the start-finish line. Probably not good on any of your other runner laps. He's going to tap the wall, too.
Count now. All right, well, I guess we're getting the backup car out. I think he broke the toe link. Just going out on a limb, but I think it's broken.
Nathan Line right now on the racetrack going into the hairpin to complete his first lap.
See, people who wait towards the end of qualifying in my real races, or like, you know, when I race officials or whatever, almost really like make me upset because I'll sit on pole. The next thing you know, someone in 30 seconds later just comes out with 30 seconds left in the session. Just boop, oh no, you're not on the pole anymore. Oh, so you waited about 5 minutes to finally qualify? It takes you 15 seconds to get around? Appreciate it.
Still watching Nathan Line because he's the only car on a timed lap right now. Currently in the 16th position, trying to better that.
Oh, we're going 2 wheels.
Hey, he's going to lose a lot of time there.
Definitely doing full send. Locked up the tires there too. This part right here, AJ, is driver's choice. So let me tell you what I mean by that. You can either go into second gear into that corner that he just came out of, or go all the way down to first to get a better runoff, but you have to be careful. You spin those back tires, it does you no good. And you eat them up. So it's basically driver's choice there.
Yeah, I hear wheel spin is going to be a heck of an issue.
Especially with a hot track like Sonoma, slick. Gosh, this track really just does not like to be my friend. Tell you what, these guys are finding a new strategy with this high line, AJ. I think I might have to apply this. I don't know if this is Homestead or Darlington or whatever. I don't know, but Highline's out here working.
And Nathan Lyon is going to stay in that 16th position. AJ Cruz on the racetrack right now.
This guy has a cool name. I mean, if you're ever going to have a race car driver name, I think AJ Cruz is the one the name you want to have. Like, I mean,
wonder if he's related to Terry.
I'm hoping this guy walks out with some aviator glasses, unbuttoned fire suit, chewing some gum, looking like Tom Cruise.
Unfortunately, his first lap is 1:25.
Nah, but he's going to find his way through the danger zone here. You know what I mean?
But to be fair, qualifying could mean absolutely nothing. You could be absolutely trash at road courses. If you keep it on the track, you're not going to finish last.
No, because there's a high possibility chance, this is my first time watching these guys. I've actually tuned into your stream a couple times to see these guys race, and they seem very talented. But there's a high chance, especially with a corner when you can't see, some guys are probably going to go off the overshoot that corner because, those jitters, it's time to go, and you kind of forget that you have to brake. But unless you're like me, sometimes you accidentally push the clutch instead of the brakes, and you're in trouble.
I'm not saying I've done that, but I've done that.
Oh, I've 100% done that, and it sucks. This guy, I like his paint scheme too. It almost looks a lot like mine.
Well, this is his end lap. Do you think he improves from a 1:25.19?
100%. His name's TJ Cruz. He's going to come out with his aviator glasses. Look at this. Boom. Let's see. Oh, no, well, AJ, I'm just a race car driver. I'm not a fortune teller.
He did improve. He went from 20th to 19th, but it looked like he cut the motor.
I thought you said his first lap was like 119, so
No, his first lap was a 1:25. Now it's a 1:23, but that puts him in 19th place. But it looks like Scott Wise is going to start shotgun on the field. But why don't we go to a couple commercials and we return? It'll be gridding time.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go. From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
And we're back. We're currently in the warm-up. Everybody, their last chance to tune the car, to jump over to their race set. But Noah, you were talking about a couple points around this racetrack where you could either be in second or third or all the way down to first. What are some benefits and what are really some drawbacks from downshifting too far, or not too far, but into a lower gear?
You have to be careful because if you shift too early down into a gear, you'll cause your back wheels to spin and you will spin out. And it's the same as, you know, if you get on the gas too hard on a low gear, you'll cause your tires to spin and you'll spin out. But you know what's good about these cars? This is one thing I really love about these cars. At road course specifically is you can really, I mean, this applies to a lot of cars, like a lot of cars, even the last gen's cars, but I feel like these cars in general really demonstrate the like you can really, it's really noticeable in these cars. But as I'm saying, when you downshift, you can really get this car slowed down at a pretty quick rate, which applies to all cars, like I said. But these cars,
there's a bigger brake on these cars.
Yeah, but when you're downshifting, it helps the car slow down so well, and these cars are so good at that. And you can really either brake a little later, or if you're like in, you know, Code Brown moment, thinking you're gonna blow the corner, downshift that thing and you'll actually find yourself loaded up. But you gotta be careful because if you downshift too much, you'll find yourself spinning out.
And you really gotta be careful because once you get some dirt or grass on those tires, you're gonna light them up, number one, and then get into the grass, and then you're gonna have grass on those tires for a little bit, so you're gonna be a little slicker than normal. But with these next gens, I know in your league, I think a couple seasons ago, you ran a couple next gen races. Were any of them on a road course?
No, but we raced next gens. They were just brand new, and we were like, no, let's not do this. Let's just stay with Xfinity, and it's been history ever since. So obviously, getting rid of the next gens, no hard feelings, but it was a better move for our league. And
absolutely. Which, speaking of the Thunderstorm League of Racing, tomorrow night, right on All-Star 15 TV, Noah, tell everybody where you guys are racing.
We are racing at the beautiful and great and wonderful Chicagoland Speedway. 3 races left in our season. Come out there, see if anybody's going to catch Zeke Willis. He's been out there dominating. If you want to have a good laugh, go watch Michael Eckhart race on that racetrack. He'll surely make you guys happy. And then also next week, check out AJ's channel because guess what? It's a thing called Radioactive. And if you really want to laugh, definitely check that out.
That is the place to do it. And unfortunately, as we're looking right now, in the Discord, the wonderful sponsor of tonight's race, Mr. Brayton Laster, unfortunately got stuck at work working on his actual dirt Nationals car. Unfortunately, he's not here, but got to thank him for sponsoring the race, doing a lot for this league. But let's send it over to Grayson to give you guys pretty much the command. Let's do it.
Drivers, start your engines.
Well, you heard it right there. That's my good buddy Ryan's son, Grayson. Ryan, you see him on Monday nights right here on All-Star 15 TV. Helps me broadcast the Extreme Forces Racing League. But let's get through the starting lineup as they are taking a long lap around Sonoma Raceway. Making sure I click the right one.
I believe in you, AJ.
Oh, well,
I always do.
Appreciate that. Sometimes I don't. On your front row, Scott Ramler and Dalton Fredericks. Row number 2, Zachary Taylor and Jason Blaney. Row 3, it's Jacob May and Wesley Jeanette. Row number 4, Landon Williams and Kyle Zimmer. Row number 5, Andrew Moore and Gary Wells. And row number 6, it's Adam Eschire and John Tiller. All right, Noah, as everybody else is going to see who's running and where they're running, we got 2 stages. Just like at COTA, we don't throw the caution. They just go through the stage. That being it. So first stage will conclude at the end of lap 10. Second stage will conclude at the end of 20, but we're going all the way to 45. I'm pretty sure we're going to need to pit at least once for fuel. I think we're going to see a lot of drivers run this race backwards.
No, you'll definitely have to pit once for fuel at this track. Yeah, I think it's about a 30, 35 lap, 30 lap fuel run. And if I was one of these guys in the field, I'm cutting that in half.
Yeah.
And there's also a trick. Tire wear is almost non-existent in these cars. iRacing really doesn't have the greatest tire models with these cars in road courses, except Roval. So I think these guys, if they're smart or if they already know, just take some fuel and get out.
Well, everybody, the pace car is in. We're about to go racing in wine country. Scott Ramler, Dalton Fredericks on that front row. Noah, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to see what happens going into turn 2.
Well,
don't see that.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy. It's time for left and right turns here in wine country. As they're still side by side by side, Scott Ramler with the preferred line all the way up the hill. He's going to cut in front of Dalton Fredericks. He's going to go a little wide. Here comes Jason Blaney going to take that second position away as they're going to take another turn to go up the hill as Dalton Fredericks is going to get into Jason Blaney.
Oh, that's just so irritating to happen early in the race like that too. But gets on the track safely, and I was just about to compliment these guys. They're about to single file out, just kind of ride it out and find their places in the race.
Well, there's Jacob May. Now he takes the second place position, but right now Scott Ramler almost 2.5 seconds ahead of everybody.
Everybody knows this is the time to go. This is time to get some positions. There's no restarts. We're all bunched up. Try to get what you can get, and then kind of sort yourselves out later.
Yeah, and as you talk about sorting out Jason Blaney from last place after that spin all the way up to P17. It's very unfortunate, but he's got the talent to just move his way up the racetrack as long as he keeps it on the track himself.
This is the point as a driver where, you know, you're already heated. Someone took you out while you're all the way up front. You know you belong up there. This is where you got to understand that you are faster than these guys, as I was saying that, and just relax. Just kind of pick these guys off one by one by one, and then you, like I said, he'll find himself right back in the second place. AJ, I'm going to call it right now. He will be in the top 3 by the end of this race. I promise you. As long as he keeps his head screwed on.
Well, Noah, we're going to go chase view and take us around the race course as we follow Jason Blaney through the turns.
Okay, so right here, this area right here, you get up to third gear roughly about right here, then you slow it down little bit, and then you want to pop it down to second gear going into this corner, and then you're going to want to hit it up into third gear before you get into this corner, and it's a hard braking point into second. Oh, he went down the first. That wouldn't be me, but you know, he was second place for a reason. And then here again, driver's choice, second gear or first gear. He chose first. Now this is where he has to be careful going under the gas. Don't want to spin the tires. I think he did that perfectly. He's flat on the throttle right now. Go up to third gear, get off the throttle through here, kind of just coast around these corners, light, easy on the throttle. Here we are again. Boom. Get back flat on the throttle as he goes through here as well. Easy on the throttle a little bit here. A little bit of braking coming into this corner. You kind of want to go down to third. Get a good runoff. This runoff really matters if you really want to advance your position in here. Heavy, heavy, heavy braking all the way into first gear. You go down about 40 miles an hour. Ease through this corner. Just kind of let it roll through. And again, you're in first gear. Ease on the gas. Don't want to spin the tires. Go into second. Flat all the way through here. Once you get up right here to turn 1, you kind of want to get off the gas a little bit, maybe give it one little go and start braking your way all the way up to
that lap.
2.
He jumped 5 positions.
I told you, AJ, he's going to be up there in the top 3. He already knows he has the speed. He's just got to be able to keep his composure and cool himself down, which is often DC drivers stay calm and happy.
And
right
as they run on lap 3 at Scott Ramler up front by 3 seconds over Jacob May. Jacob May in that second position, like we just said. Third is Wesley Jeanette. Fourth, Landon Williams. Zachary Taylor in fifth. Kyle Zimmer, sixth. Adam Eschire in 7th. 8th right now is Dalton Fredericks. He's fallen back quite a bit after getting into it with Jason Blaney. Joe Torres in 9th, and 10th, Andrew Moore. What are you going to say, Noah?
So I'm telling Dalton, I need him to he just got to represent us Wednesday. I know he's not a full TLR guy. He's brand new, but come on.
Oh, Mike Robinson off the racetrack pretty bad. He had to jump to pit road, so let's see what happens here from the 29.
Oh, man, I can't believe I missed that.
Well, let's see what happens. Oh, he's just going to shoot it long. Oh, and that car is toast.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that if he didn't brake early enough or he started to brake too hard or just kind of went.
Let's back it up just a little bit. Back it up just a little bit further and jump in that cockpit view to give everybody a point of interest here. Oh, he wheel hopped a little bit, didn't downshift, and brake very late.
He got out of habit. His car himself thought they were still turning left. They're not used to this right turning thing.
Well, if this is your first time on All-Star 15 TV, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, helps out the leagues, myself, and it pushes iRacing a little bit further into everybody else's YouTube.
But if you're watching this stream and you don't have an iRacing account, what are you doing? I mean, you really love sim racing? My God, this is.
I mean, I have a lot of people that watch these races that are family members of these drivers.
That is true, because you know as well as my grandfather always watches the Wednesday races when I'm racing out there.
Yeah, especially since you have them on the hood.
Maybe I have to tell him I'm there. So I don't know, but we got another guy dirt track racing, turn 2, Adam Ashier.
Oh, he's fallen back quite a bit. He's still off the track.
Yeah, he just kind of. I think he might have gotten the gas a little too early coming off turn 2. He was racing a couple guys and probably got a little greedy, which is pretty easy to do. You see guys in front of you, and with these cars, it's so frustrating. It's so hard to pass. You find yourself pushing so much harder just to try to get that pass, and you end up making your own mistakes. But he's got some company coming up behind him, so he's gonna be. Not only is he already frustrated for spinning out, but now he's going to get more irritated if these guys come up here and pass him. As I think Gary's got some heat coming on behind him. I think that's AJ looking in his noses. He's going to say, "Hey,
well," and then right behind him you got Andrew Moore as well. So you got 3 or 4 drivers right under a blanket right now.
This is going to be a great race here. I like to see what happens. But like I said, it's hard to pass, and this is a great passing zone coming up here. I think he's going to send it. Oh, he sends it, but it looks like Gary's saying, "You know what, buddy? You have it, because I am just not as fast as you."
Or it could just be a strategy play. Burn up your stuff.
That is true, but like I said, it's hard to burn the tires in this track or in these cars because the tire model is just not there with these cars and road courses. I wouldn't be surprised if the guys who already know that they would go into pit road and just take fuel and not tires, because that would be my call. I would probably take like 9 or 7 gallons, 5-second pit stop in and out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with that either.
We'll see who knows that strategy, AJ, because some of these guys might not be road course. They may have never raced the road course in these cars. It took me a little while to learn that.
About that, we do happy hour practice on the channel with the National Sim Group Cup Series every Monday, where we hope to see almost everybody in the league join. We talk to some drivers, we watch some practice, but we talked to race leader Scott Ramler yesterday. And he was going through multiple of the Discord channels, helping people get faster and get faster. And then we had the interview with him. He even said, it's no fun just running up front by yourself doing nothing. And we saw that. He was on Dalton Fredericks' pit box yesterday. They were in a Discord together. Excuse me. And for almost about 20-25 minutes, Scott would go run 10 laps, and then he'll pretty much crew chief for Dalton. And you saw a very much an improvement in Dalton's lap times over a run. So there was a lot of coaching going on yesterday.
That's actually a very class act of Scott there. I don't know who he is as a person, but I think you're speaking very highly of him, which is making me really think very highly of him.
Oh, Joe Torres with an issue, and that's coming from the 9th position.
Oh no. I heard a bang too, but I didn't see it. Let's see this bang. These nerd things doing nerd. But, yeah, I'm sorry, AJ. Yeah, but these podcast cars are just really not doing so good.
Oh. And there are no fast repairs.
Oh man. Yeah, we saw Mike go ahead.
That right front tire is gone.
Yep. His toe link broken. Hopefully his give a damn didn't break either.
No, I think Joe is he's gonna actually pull it over and send it to pit road.
And Mike went ahead and alt F forward. He just kind of gave up on all.
Yeah, it looks like Joe Torres, Marco Evans, and Mike Robinson all out of the race as of right now.
I think Mike is. I don't know. I think the odds were not stacked against him. I think just a couple laps down, I saw him. He's Speedy Gonzalez out there. I thought he could have got his laps back, but I think he's just kind of sparing the field. I think he's sparing them from a.
With no cautions, it's going to be very difficult as we're looking around for some battles on the race course. We're going to look right here with Adam Ashire and AJ Cruz as they got by Gary Wells as Gary Wells kind of went off track just a little bit.
Tell you what, AJ's kind of quick. I've been watching him go through this field. He's
No, he's up 10 positions.
So he's really quick. His qualifying did not dictate his kind of speed. So he's
Adam Ashire.
Why go down the course when you just take a shortcut, Mario Kart style?
This isn't Rainbow Road.
Well, I think he found out. I think he had the mushroom boost.
Driver of the number 24 Hunter Brown crashed.
I was just about to say we got a guy. We got another guy who blew the turn 5. Oh, then this is it right here.
Oh, Mike Campeggio was pulling over for him and everything, and he just clips the grass and just loses the car.
Got in the grass. I think he got in the gas too early as well. You saw his rear end kind of pop out a little bit. Like I said, it's really easy to spin those tires if you're in a low gear.
But what's really good, though, for at least him, he didn't hit anything. Yeah, he lit up his tires. Is Andrew Russo also with an issue? As he's a lap down now. I'm going to back it up just a little bit more.
It's like another case of blowing the corner. Full send. Oh, never mind. Not full sending that much. I mean, you have a lot of runoff, but you don't want to use that much runoff.
No, you do not. And he's already a lap down, and we're only 9 laps into this.
Yeah,
and it looks like he's going to pull over even more to let more lead lap cars go by.
That's a very classy move. People like that, are just very respectful, and those are the kind of people you want to race around with. They see the leader and be like, go ahead and get by me. Because, myself, I like to do endurance races, as you know. TLR, we compete in the Daytona and endurance races, and it's a lot of lap cars, especially lower class cars, that just don't care that you're there. And it's very frustrating.
We're already on lap 10, and at the completion of this lap, whoever's in 10th place, from 10th to 1st, we'll get stage points, but we will stay green.
Let's see if we have a good race anywhere for those positions, AJ.
That's what I'm looking for, my friend. Well, maybe with Zachary Taylor and Dalton Fredericks. Oh, is Mike Campeggio with an issue? He was running in the looking like 14th position when it happened.
Gotta go off turn 5 again. Just locked it up. Like I said, it's that blind corner. This is an easy spot to miss it, AJ. I'm telling you, it is a very easy spot. These Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast cars are just not coming out to play today, are they, AJ?
Well, it looks like the All-Star 15 cars are, though.
So I see a little rivalry going on here. Which one are you rooting for, AJ?
I am a broadcaster. I root for nobody.
I root for great racing. As we do have great racing here in the 5th spot. I think it was, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was.
Well, it's Dalton Fredericks and Zachary Taylor. And there's Adam Alshire. He's currently in the 10th position by a good margin, 5 seconds either way. And when he crosses the line, that's when they're going to mark it. And Rambler's going to win it. Jacob May 2nd, Jeanette 3rd, Williams 4th, Taylor 5th. Frederick 6th, Blaney 7th, already back up to the 7th position. Kyle Zimmer 8th, AJ Cruz 9th, and Adam Eschire is going to round out the top 10 and get stage points in the first stage. But we are going to stay green and continue on with the next stage, stage 2, at lap 20. But we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, well, you're not going to miss a thing because we're going to go side by side.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go. From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed those commercials. We're back here at Sonoma at the race that AJ shortened it out. I'm sorry, but I can't remember it.
The Laster Motorsports 175K.
That race right here. We're back, and I think I need to let you guys know that Mr. Somebody is coming back in the top 5. I think that is Mr. Blaney himself.
He's looking to get to the top 5. Right now, he's in 6th, but he's putting a lot of pressure on Zachary Taylor.
Oh, yeah, there's also channel partners.
They already popped up.
I'm sorry, AJ. I'm
You're fine. If they run on the bottom, everybody still sees them.
Hey, everybody, there's channel partners. Hope you saw them down there, because I didn't say them.
You're fine, brother. Well, Scott Ramler just about 6 seconds out from Jacob May. You have Wesley Jeanette in the 3rd position. But right now, here's the biggest battle we have on the racetrack.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a crossover. We're just going to see what these guys can do. I'm interested to see what happens between these two. Is Zach just going to say have it? Or is he going to try to hold on for how many laps? I mean, you know I'm not good at math. 30 laps?
Yeah, right around that.
Yeah, 31 laps, 32, I think. Now you want to look at it? Is he going to try to hold on to it? Or is he going to be like, listen, buddy, you're fast. Go catch Scott. So we don't have to see him dominate this race.
He's looking to the inside with the full send, and he's there.
Got it. Oh, he got in the gas a little too early there. It's easy to do. How many times am I going to say it? I'm going to get somebody drunk if they're taking a drinking game.
I've already started.
Oh, hopefully you're not drinking till it's easy to do, because I'm going to say that a lot. Oh, he's going in for the full send here, too.
He's looking to the outside, which will set him up beautifully for the next turn.
Would have. He didn't get it. Hey, Zachary's doing a great job defending, I'll tell you what.
Well, it's a very tight race course. I don't think defending is really that difficult as long as you stay on the racing line.
We'll just say he's getting out of the way.
Yeah, that was Hunter Brown just beaching it so that he can watch this wonderful battle that we have on screen, too.
I'm really interested to see if Zach, or not Zach, I'm sorry, Blaney's going to get a little irritated. Because like I said, AJ, it is so hard to pass. You know, he's faster, but it's so hard to pass cleanly because, you know, these cars kind of take off at the same time. It's hard to explain. But when you're behind somebody, you get right up to the bumper. Oh, he blew the corner. There's the mistake that you did not want to make. Oh, and you know what Blaney's saying? Thank you. See you later.
Yeah. As he cooked the tires going into the hairpin.
But as I was saying, AJ, these cars just seem to kind of take off at the same speed. You know, you can get up to someone's bumper and they hit the gas the same place, the same time you do. And that gap just opens right back up to what it was prior to that corner. And it is so frustrating. And it's just really hard to just get side by side and really race someone into a corner because these cars are just not, they're road course friendly. They're also not at the same time.
Yeah. They're a little more road course friendly than the last gen cars, but they're still stock cars. They still like turning left.
Yeah, and there's still a big, heavy hunk of metal. We do have a car just hanging down low on the inside there. I don't know if we saw that on the way back, but they are. Race control saying that the 31 is broken.
That's not good. Scott Wise with a big issue. Let's take a look at that, because he was off track for a long time. Oh boy, he full sent it up the hill.
Hey AJ, you have another shot because that's easy to do. That is the number one spot to do it at. You're gonna go up that corner. I think I said it before this early in the stream. A lot of guys are gonna go, oh, I need to brake because there's a corner that I forgot that's there because I cannot see it. And then you forget, and you're gonna be broken like the 31. He's broken on the inside and on the car.
Well, here's the thing. The hill will assist you with slowing down, but that doesn't mean you need to just negate braking in general.
I like it should, AJ.
This isn't NASCAR Heat 5.
Or the ignition.
That too.
Tell you what, I'm just... At least nobody's like Michael Eckhart status out here right now.
Oh, God, let's not talk about Michael Eckhart. Oh, is Scott Wise still on the racetrack as leader Scott Ramler goes by?
I guess he's trying to get his way back up to pit road.
Well, look at this. He's going slow, and he's just gonna. The car's just gonna lose. He's
Oh,
gonna lose
that
it.
has to be so scary for those guys going by too. And it has to be scary for him too, because you know he doesn't want anybody to hit him. Oh, see? I mean, he's got to back up to get off the track. I mean, he's off the track now, but I mean, he has to put that thing in reverse. Put it in reverse, Terror. You ain't gonna get stuck in iRacing. If you do, you broke something. Well, I guess he did break something, but I mean like game status. Oh, I'm sorry, Sim. Those are forbidden words in this community. Don't ever say this is a video game.
It's a
AJ, I really love
simulation.
Yeah, I really love playing this game, a simulator, AJ.
Well, you saw Jason Blaney in that 5th position, but he still has 13 seconds to Wesley Jeanette. To make up some spots, do you expect him to possibly do a pit strategy?
Oh, 100%. I think anybody who knows about the pit strategy will do it. So I expect probably Scott, these top 5, these top 3 guys are probably road course heads. So they probably done this before in these cars, and I think they would go for it. If they don't, then hopefully, Blaney is aware of that and can take advantage of it, as nothing interesting is going on. I thought I saw something interesting, but there's 2 cars that look alike.
There's a lot of cars that look
Zach
alike.
was making a comeback.
Well, Zach is only 2.5 seconds back. He was closer to 4.
I think Blaney had a little bit of a traffic issues that he had to get around, I think allowed him to catch up. But we got another guy. He missed turn 2 again.
Uh-oh.
I just want to say Michael Eckhart out of habit.
Looks like Marco Evans, possibly. Yep.
Hey,
right
AJ,
in front of the leader, too.
ready to take another shot?
No. Oh,
That's
I'd
easy
rather
to do
not.
here. Lou said you're not taking a shot of Capri Sun or something.
No, it's moonshine.
Oh, you're not a White Claw kind of guy?
No.
You don't have little short shorts or anything for your White Claw? I
No,
never had a White Claw.
I wear short shorts, and they turn into something even worse.
That's a sight I would love to see.
No, it's not. Mike Campigio with another issue. Right in front of the leader again. It's all these cars that don't want to go another lap down having these issues.
Get that leader behind you. Get that blue and white flag. I don't think he's having an issue. I think he's saying, get out of him. Go ahead, buddy. Don't want to ruin your race. I'm back here in the back.
The wonderful timing and scoring said he wrecked. So.
Nope, I think that was just a gentleman. Kudos to him. I'm getting notifications on my phone. That must be important.
Well, we are on lap 20. At the end of this, the top 10 will get stage points.
I'm hearing tires spinning. I don't know who's crashing. Oh, big wreck, kind of. Yeah, it's 2 cars involved.
Hunter Brown
Taylor.
and Zach Taylor.
Yeah, 2 cars, turn 1. As the leaders, is the leader coming by? Oh, no, he already went by, but... What happened here, AJ?
Well, we're going to find out. We're looking at the 24 of Hunter Brown. He's going to spin out in turn 1.
I think someone went banana peel.
And Zach Taylor, I'm waiting to see that number 16 in view. There he is.
Oh, no. That is not okay. That's just...
And they're teammates.
Someone's not going to be happy with each other.
I can just imagine. But Zachary Taylor having to jump to pit road, his night is over.
You know what's making the situation worse? I don't know if these guys are in the Discord together, but I'm not hearing any apologies on the voice chat. So hopefully they can work that out between you two. But
they are in the Discord together. They are both in the same Discord channel together.
Well, they're probably sorting it out, but you just can't help to feel for them. Just doing nothing wrong. And someone's trying to get back on the track. Probably didn't have his F3 relatives on and just tried to hope and pray that nobody was coming. And unfortunately,
that was a very bad wreck. And we're going to take that from the cockpit of the number 16 Zachary Taylor car and see how blind it actually was. Oh, yeah, Hunter Brown just right in front of him.
I mean, you see him down there, you expect him to stay down there, and
that car is broke.
I'm putting my driver's cap on, and I would be fuming right now. He was running great. He was in 6th position.
We don't want Noah temper.
Ah, man, Noah temper. Let me tell you something,
brother.
Let me tell you, brother. I'm gonna be out there in a full Florida man.
Well, I thought you were going to go Hulk Hogan on that one.
I don't know what I was doing, AJ. I'm going to look back at that and say, why was I talking like that? You know. Oh, we got another guy dirt tracking over here. Andrew Russo out here. Oh, there we go. Oh, and he's going to go kiss the outside wall. He hasn't seen it in a while, so I think he wants to go say what's up. He's out here at turn 8A.
Oh, so coming down the backstretch.
Alphabets like algebra. Hated it. Oh, I think I was looking at... No, this is...
No, later. This is before that.
Yeah, he was hanging out with the walls. So it looks like this is what caused him to do that.
Oh no! Right in front of AJ Cruz.
Say what? These guys really need to turn on their F3s or something, because they're
oh boy!
They're about like course down here in Florida.
I could just imagine how ticked off that 75 would be in the 6th position if that were to happen right in front of me. And good reflexes on the 75. Actually, why don't we go back and look at that from AJ Cruz?
AJ, is there an incident limit in this league?
No, not on road courses.
Oh man, our league guys would love this place right now.
So hitting the corner perfectly, and
That's
Didn't
not
he-
as close as it looked.
didn't even let up.
Nope, it's not as close as it looked. It's
It looked a lot closer in real time.
definitely did. Definitely did. When you got a name like AJ Cruz, ain't nothing gonna go wrong for you. Boom,
Yeah,
I just made
he's
a
just
rhyme, AJ.
cruising along,
I'm a poet, better thing.
and you just hope you know it.
And you
But
really
pit
want to
stops
show it.
have started. Gary Wells looking to be the first one on pit road.
I'm interested to see how long he's gonna be in pit road. Is he gonna be a quick 14 seconds? Or is
He's
he,
been in pit road for quite a while.
Because AJ, I think we're right in that spot where we're here, right here, and halfway. This is where guys, I think
He
are gonna
was on
start
pit
paying
road for a minute 22.
attention. So he must have had some damage that we just happened to miss.
Yeah, that's
But
going to
AJ
drop him all the way back to the 15th position.
This is the part of the race where we're gonna start, I think, seeing some guys coming to pit road. You can split it in half. Some guys might try to run it out longer, which I don't see why not, because you can have, if you're trying to really make your tires go the full 45 laps, go ahead and try to run your fuel all the way out. I think they have roughly about 10 more laps. So I think next 5 to 10 laps, I think we'll see some cars coming in. But that pit window to make it to the end, it was wide open.
Exactly. As Hunter Brown, another issue.
Another car going into pit road.
Yeah, Mike Campiggio.
See what he does here.
Why does this always happen right in front of the leader? Oh, he just sends it long to get out of the way.
I think guys are just showing some proper etiquette. I'm sitting here and see what Mr. Mike here in the number 9 car decides to do. If he's going to be in and out of pit road.
Well, he's got the right side up.
Looks like he's taking the tires. He seemed to slide around a lot, so that might not be a bad call.
And there he goes. 14.85 pit stop.
He took the 4-tire strategy. Some people might need it, considering the fact that they've been sliding around. I don't think this guy's going to need it, though. It looks like he's Scott clean.
Da-dum-ps.
Ah, see, I'm glad you caught that because I didn't even know what I did there. No pun intended, but guess what? Pun intended.
We'll just call that full pun intended.
Completely. And hopefully nobody sends out a full punt.
Looking at the Drinking Bros Ford Mustang of Landon Williams in the 3rd position. He is catching, well, as I say that, he was catching Jacob May. Last lap, he was a half a second faster.
See, that's just the point where you're seeing you're catching them, and Jacob May himself, he sees that it's coming, so he starts putting pressure early, and it's gonna force maybe Jacob into a mistake early or cause him to start pushing, where we might see him go dirt track racing. So, as a driver, it's fun to catch somebody, but when you see someone catch you, I'm sure you know this, AJ, it's not fun.
No, it is not.
See me when
you really start to panic.
You do, and you really try to keep your composure. Next thing you know, you try to start doing things differently to maybe be faster. And when you start doing that, you start blowing corners, you start making mistakes, and next thing you know, you're past, you're in the wall, or your race is done. I don't know where I was going with that, AJ, but maybe moral of the story, you get past because you messed up.
Yeah, you very much could get messed up.
But you can start seeing some of the rubber get down on the track. So I think these guys are probably getting a little bit more grip, especially as this tire wear goes off. You tend to get a little bit more grip, which is the complete opposite. But with the hot, slick track like this, and the way these tire wears it's kind of weird. It's getting, I think, fairly easier for these guys to drive. Right now, I know their palms are sweaty, arms are weak, and they're eating mom spaghetti later. But it's just, you're getting to that point of the race where you really got to keep your composure right now, AJ. You really got to keep your focus, especially if you're someone like Scott. Oh, and look at these guys. Shortcut.
That was Hunter Brown again.
Racing the track is for losers. Who wants to do that anyways?
The shortcut. But look
Pass
at
the
that.
gas.
Landon Landon Williams has caught Jacob May.
Did you have him on your bingo card?
Nope. I honestly didn't have Jacob May even in my top 5.
I don't know what you're doing because I definitely did. Just kidding. I thought it was Scott. Gonna have a Scott free race. Now that was a pun intended. I mean, did you share?
Uh-oh. As Jacob May just blinked out for a second.
Blinked out or another car loading issue. We don't never know what it is.
No, you really don't. That's the real sucky part.
Really is. Although I like how this guy, I like how he has his number almost in the middle where the car, where it belongs. Because I thought that as time went on, the number up front would grow on me and I'd get used to it. AJ, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I hate it. Still. Especially as a painter myself, it's just like you have to fill in all this negative space, and it's just
If you don't have anything, what are you gonna put there?
something. You know what? I might put that on my car.
Nathan Line with an issue again. And he's currently running in the 12th position. Looks like he's just going to go right off track. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Does he slow down in time? He locks it up. He definitely does, but that's one hell of a lockup.
This is that point in the race. We've got some more guys coming into pit stop. They're kind of finding that area where they want to pit. This is that point of the race, AJ. You got to keep your focus. You got to keep your composure.
Yeah, it looks like Kyle Zimmer now.
And right here where he's at, there's no speed limit. You can really send it in and make up a lot of time in that area. But you got to be careful. You can hit that wall. You can be like Michael Eckhart. Hit the wall. Even in pit road, it's not safe for him. We love Michael, don't we, AJ?
With the people that don't know, Michael Eckhart is one of the drivers in the Thunderstorm League of Racing on Tuesday nights. And he is, I don't want to say, he's not a clown, but we joke with him, whether it's wall hits or spin outs or flips.
He's a character, AJ. He is a character. And the thing is, he embraces his role and has fun making fun of himself as well. But let's not deter the fact that Michael's a great race car driver. From someone who drives with a controller, for crying out loud, dude's got some speed.
He's got a lot of speed. He just seems to get caught up in other people's messes.
He does, unless we're at a road course. He just makes the mess.
That Watkins Glen race was funny.
Because we got some pressure going on here. Pressure? Is this a battle for position?
This is a battle for second place.
How about that? I think he might have something to say for Mr. Scott. Oh, he sends it in very deep into this corner. He's right up on his back bumper. He's right there to make a move.
It's stuck.
It really did. He's definitely the faster car right now when it comes to coming into the corners. Let's see what happens here coming into this braking. Is he going to close that gap as May was able to pull away a little bit here?
You just need to get close enough to when you get to the hairpin, you can cut underneath them. Or try to make the pass here.
You definitely want to be on someone's inside coming into the corners, because if you're not, like you see what Jacob May is doing right now, it's what I talked about earlier. You can gap them again coming out these corners. It's just, I can't explain it as a driver. Sure, if we have some people who know what they're really talking about, they could tell you why these cars just pull away on the exit, but they do, AJ, and it just makes it so frustrating to pass somebody. But who's going to make that mistake, AJ? Who is going to break? Who is going to break first? Are these guys, who's going to open the window? Who's going to spin out? What's going to happen here?
Well, Jacob May just locked up his tires going into the hairpin, and that allowed Landon Williams to get a little closer, but Landon kisses the wall as he passes the start-finish line.
I think what Landon needs to do is just put the pressure on. You know you're faster. He's really quick coming here. This is the second time in a row coming up into turn 2. He gets on his back bumper. I think he just needs to keep the pressure on and force Jacob into a mistake. I think that's the best option. He's there again here. I think this is a good place. He should really force Jacob into a mistake. I'm getting too excited. I'm watching and forgetting what to say.
Well, he's showing the nose.
That's what I was trying to say earlier, AJ, but I was just mixing up all my words. He needs to try to show his nose in some of these corners and force Jacob to look in his mirror and miss the corner. If you want to do this cleanly, that's the best way to do it. As these guys are going to have to come pit soon, so, who knows? Is he going to just say, hey, I'm going to stay behind you till pit stop? or is he going to try to advance his position before going to pit road? If I was Jacob, with this heat behind me, I might go into pits. Ah, look at that. Go into pit road, try to take some spots.
No,
Here.
I feel like you were just calling that.
I was. I see the future, AJ.
But I do want to show everybody the last lap of times. They're right on par with Scott Ramler. And the last couple laps, the Jacob May car and the Landon Williams car have been chipping away ever so slightly at Scott Ramler.
You know what could be the case of that is the fact that these guys are racing hard against each other. Oh, and Jacob's taking the tire strategy, so it'll be interesting to see what Landon does. I would not have gone with the tire strategy, although these guys are in the car, but when I raced here back in the spring for the NIS, I did not take tires, Jacob.
Well, it is hot and slick out there, so...
Jacob kind of almost spun out coming out of his pit box too, but we'll like to see what Landon does here.
Wow.
I think
everybody's lapped up to the 7th position. AJ Cruz is the last car on the lead lap.
the way the field is spread out, I don't really think tires are going to take that much of an effect because, like I said, tire wear is very slim here. It's not. Oh, we got another guy. I think this is Nathan Lane. He's lying. He's dirt tracking up turn 10. But as I was saying about Scott, you know, you're the leader. You have no pressure behind you. You have a 20-second gap for crying out loud. You don't have to go chase anybody. It's easy to, like I said, lose focus. He's not, you know, he's worried about keeping his car on the track. I mean, who wants to mess up as a leader with this kind of a gap? You know, so he's probably not pushing it like Landon and Jacob were when they were racing each other. So be interesting to see what happens because he still has to make his pit stop too. I want to see what kind of strategy he goes. I feel like Landon can steal this win if he goes with the no tire strategy, and Scott does. But I'm surprised to see nobody's doing the no tire strategy. Oh, we got a guy. We got Nathan again spinning out coming off turn 5.
Gonna take a look at that.
Seems to be pretty clear the track. I don't think he's gonna be pulling out in front of everybody. He's kind of off the racing line. As a couple cars are coming by right now. Yeah, just hit the curb and around he went. AJ.
Yes.
Ready to take another shot. It's easy to do.
Jesus.
I'm waiting. All I'm waiting for to hear by the time this stream is over is a big thud, and you're silent because you passed out.
I probably have the best sleep of my life too.
Nah, then you'll wake up feeling full.
So let's run through everybody who's on the lead lap right now. Obviously, there's Scott Ramler. Second, right, still Landon Williams. Third, Wesley Jeanette. Fourth, it's Jason Blaney. Fifth, Jacob May. And Dalton Fredericks in the 6th position. I think AJ Cruz is, yes, AJ Cruz is the last car on the lead lap.
I think these guys that haven't pitted yet are just going to run their car dry and pit to the last second, which is a strategy I would have gone with too. But like I said, my strategy also would have been the tires. I feel like I've been broken record.
Well, you also got to be smart enough to know how much fuel you're using, you're burning, and not make the mistake to run out on the race course.
Yeah, usually what I do in these races, I'm too lazy to do fuel runs when I'm practicing. So as I'm in the race, another car, Adam is, again, I think not the turtle, that thing, that the curb, whatever. I think he hit that again and kind of spun around. But as I was saying, I kind of forgot. But
meanwhile,
oh yeah, I don't like practicing fuel runs because I'm just too lazy. So as I'm racing, I will watch my fuel and kind of get an estimate of where am I at with how I'm running with 6 gallons or 7 gallons. How much fuel do I have left? And as I see that, I'll be like, okay, well, I know when I pit, I'm going to have about 5 laps to go. And I know with 2.3 gallons, I can get 7. That'll be my strategy. That's kind of how I figure out my fuel strategy as I'm racing. So
you've mentioned some of these leaders possibly not taking tires. At that point, do you only take enough fuel to get to the finish since you already know we're not going to have any cautions?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you take as least amount of fuel as you can get so you can get in and out of pit road as fast as you can get. That's a strategy I learned, not only in this race, but as well as doing endurance IMSA races, tire wear for those cars as well isn't as much as it is here. So, when you have about 5 or 10 laps to go, why take tires? Get some fuel and get out. It's even if these people take 14-second lap tires and you got a 19-second lead, it's almost impossible for them to catch you on fresh tires.
I guess Landon didn't like those cones right by pit road. Punted them both.
I think Landon no, I guess he didn't, because I heard a crash in the wall and it just took me to his car.
But it wasn't him.
Our racing is done messed up. I'm interested to see what happens when these guys' pit cycles go through, because we saw Jacob and Landon were right there neck and neck, and
it all depends on if Landon takes tires.
It is, and if he does, they'll probably be right back there together. And it all comes down to who got in the pit road the most. So these road courses, it matters how you enter into pit road. Jacob may have gotten to pit road faster. He may have exited pit road faster. These races with no caution, everything matters. How you get in your pit box, how you get into pit road, how you get out of pit road, how do you do your out lap, how do you do your in lap. All that little stuff like that really matters when it comes down to the end of the race and your finishing position. You got a guy down here, turn 6.
It's Marco Evans.
Right-hander. Yep, he's going to go drag racing, looks like. I don't think he realizes. He can get back on the track there, but I know he's just going to hit the reset. Wish I could tell him, you can make it out of the track. You can go forward. He's backing up. He's saying, nope, I guess I'll just go this way and get back on the track. But yeah, he just kept going forward. But
he went sightseeing.
He just liked to see what a drag strip looks like. There's not really much racing going on anywhere else. I think everybody's just kind of in that no man's land for each other to kind of find their place on the racetrack.
When do you expect to see Rambler, Williams, Jeanette? When do you expect to see these drivers that hit pit road?
When they go, oh, I need gas. And that will be probably sometime soon. I thought it was 30, 35 laps, but it's roughly around there, 35, 40 maybe. Yeah, so it's going to be soon. I think these guys are going to have to pick, because I don't think they can make it on one hole.
Well, you had AJ Cruz on pit road. That's for 7th, and he's getting lapped as we speak right now.
Total domination out here. Scott.
Yeah, Scott is looking to lead every single lap here tonight. I'm not saying we didn't see it coming, knowing his background in auto racing, but wow.
I didn't see it coming because I can't see the future. That joke didn't really work out.
No, you're not Noah the future.
No, I'm not. I'm Noah here on the broadcast guy that never broadcasted before. Hopefully everybody likes me.
You'll get better.
Oh, so you're saying I'm bad? Thanks.
No, everybody's got room to improve on everything.
Exactly. Everybody has room for improvement. Take that to the youth. You may feel like you're great and all, but there's always room for improvement.
There's always somebody better.
You have a high ego. Nobody's better. Got more cars down the pit road, but these are lap cars who I don't want to say not are important, but are not a factor in the race right now.
And Rambler is going to stay out again, and Dalton Fredericks with the fastest lap of the race, a 1:16.07.
There might be a slight chance, AJ, that you can save some fuel, especially when you got a comfortable lead like this. Short shift, coast into the corners. That might be a possibility. I'm not going to throw that completely out of the table, but 45 laps, that's a lot of laps to...
That would be crazy.
I almost wouldn't be surprised at this point, the way these guys are still hanging out.
Well, Rambler has slowed down to almost a 1.5 seconds off of his pace, but you would expect that to be a lot more, as Wesley Jeanette's now on pit road. Jason Blaney on pit road.
See what strategy these guys take here. This is one I would like to see, because he's obviously going for positions here. See if he takes the no tire strategy, which right now I think would be the best case, because you don't need tires for 8 laps. You don't. It's not going to do you any good at this point, especially with how far the field is spread out.
And Jacob May is now going to move back into third place.
Some guys, I'm telling you, AJ, somebody might be saving fuel. Can't find my mouse.
It's a little pointy thingy that's on your screen.
Didn't know that. I think Blaney went with the fuel strategy as well. I think he took
I think so too.
Let's interested to see how that works out. See if he's able to jump somebody.
Well, he did. He jumped Wesley Jeanette, but not by a lot.
Obviously, May's kind of cycling himself back out. Now, oh, the 88's in pit now.
Yes, he is. Let's see how close this battle's going to be.
If he takes just fuel, I think he will get out in front of him. I will, for the stream's sake and everybody's sake, I'll see where Jacob is coming into turn 10 right now. So he's about to come into the hard braking zone of turn 11. Looks like he's just taking fuel.
He's just taking fuel. And there he goes.
And Jacob is now coming through the turn, just got out of the hairpin. So I think he'll be able to, he's going to come out in front of him. So the no fuel strategy has pretty much put him far ahead of Jacob.
Yeah, by easily maybe 4 or 5 seconds. 6 seconds. Scott Ramler on pit road.
I wouldn't be surprised, AJ, if he's taking the tire strategy here.
I was going to say, he doesn't have to take tires, but he would still come out with the lead with taking tires.
That pays off to be dominant, doesn't it? Pays off to be scot-free, huh?
Absolutely.
Now, these guys are probably hoping he just speeds in pit road. This is where you don't want to make those kind of mistakes because that would just be detrimental. That's a big word for me, too.
Look at that. He's taking the tires.
Interesting. I'm interested to find out why he's doing that move, too. But I think
even with taking the tires, nobody's going to come close to him. He's already off pit road. Landon just got to the hairpin.
But it might make things interesting here because now Scott, one mistake away, and guess who's going to be there? Not me, because I'm not racing, but Landon. I guess you didn't know that answer because you were kind of sitting there quiet, like, oh, no, whose is it?
Well, I figured you were going to answer it for yourself.
Well, I mean, does Dory answer her own questions?
Yes.
No. That's right. Over there.
See? Over there.
Yeah, and if you would have said Landon, I'd be like, that's right, AJ. Landon. You're smart, AJ. I know you know this.
Oh, as Campillo is just going to get out of the way from Scott Ramler. But
I got it.
With just about a couple laps to go, why don't we see our wonderful sponsors one last time?
That beautiful Peyton Sweets. Peyton.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
All right, everybody, we are back from Sonoma Raceway, and we're just looking at about 3 laps to go. This race has gone by super fast. We're looking at a stream time of only at just under an hour and a half, but we got to thank the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, wrestling over everything, the Drinking Bros Auto Racing page on Facebook, and Hutch Paints. All the links are down in the description below. Please go help out the channel and our wonderful channel partners here.
That's pretty good, AJ, but I think I did better.
You probably did.
I'm just kidding. You're great at everything you do and all the broadcasts you do. I'm actually very honored that you are the voice of Thunderstorm League of Racing for us on Wednesday, and I'm pretty sure these guys here in your Monday leagues, everybody's thankful to have Mr. AJ Capola out there broadcasting.
I like having good relationships with all the leagues I broadcast, and it really does mean a lot because you guys end up being my friends, and I know it's still a business, but you know, I'm stuck with you guys until you guys say, all right, we want to go another direction. Then, you know, it's still a business. But Dalton Fredericks had the fastest lap for almost 10 laps, and then Rambler gets fresh tires out of pit road and puts a 1:15.92 on the board.
He's just out here showing off at this point.
Dual popsicle sticks up in the air, 2 to go.
When you're this good and this dominating, you can just show off any type of way you want. He's earned it. He's deserved it.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know, I'm not a big Ford guy, but
that Ford has been fast.
It has been fast.
But
Where
look
my
at this.
Camaro's at?
Jason Blaney.
Oh! Got a guy off the track again. 2 guys dirt tracking.
Who?
Oh, another wreck. Oh, they're crashing back
Kyle
here. There's a
Zimmer.
lot of things going on here at turn 10. Oh, man. You see the smokes. Probably got a little nervous. Oh, nope. Hit the curb.
Oh, the 99 of Adam Eslier.
You know what happened? Someone done throw a banana peel out there. He's just laughing and laughing at everybody. Losers. One to go already. This is just not fair.
Almost.
I could be here all night. 24 hours of Sonoma, question mark? No lights?
Well, as he comes out of the hairpin into the final turn, Scott Rambler is going to cross the line, and that's going to trigger the wrestling over everything white flag. I can't believe he's got everybody up to 7th 1 lap down.
That is just pure domination. But here's the last lap. You don't want to blow it here, but when you have a 13-second gap, I can bet your bottom dollar that he is just cruising, and hopefully no lap cars get in his way, no issues. It looks like he's coming up on a lap car right now, but he might, you know, these guys have been respectful all night, so I think it's just...
I mean, if I was Andrew Moore, I'd pull out of the way, let Scott Rambler get by, just so I don't have to run another lap.
Or Scott can be like, what's the whole point of me passing this guy? I'll just hang out here, and I think that's what he's doing right now. It's just kind of ride it out, avoid any issues. No man's land. Why try to force it when there's no need to? Just bring her home in one piece and finish off a very, very dominant day.
Very strong, dominant race altogether as he's coming down to the hairpin and leading every single lap here tonight. Dominating the fastest lap of the race. Scott Rambler is going to win the Laster Motorsports 175.
Abracadabra, 175.
I knew you wanted to get that out.
I think, it's a little pre-celebration here. A little too excited. We've all been there, done that.
Here comes Landon as he crosses the line. He's going to take 2nd. Here comes Jacob May for 3rd. Dalton Fredericks for 4th. Jason Blaney still not even yet to the hairpin, and this is going to be for the 5th position.
I'm glad I'm not a betting man, because I definitely had my money on him coming in 3rd. But a great comeback, needless to say.
All the way back to that top 5. Excellent job to just fight all the way back. He's going to take the 5th position, and then Wesley Jeanette, the last car on the lead lap, is going to come home in 6th. So let's see. We got to wait for people to join the waiting room before we talk to them, but it looks like Rambler's just going to go backwards.
Why go forward when you can go backwards? Backwards. That's what we say down here in Florida. Backwards. All right, let's see if he remembers. You got to turn left. So I didn't know for a split second. No, why am I talking like that?
Yeah, stop talking like that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Ooh, he's gonna bounce off that wall.
A lot of people have been doing that tonight. Because you know why, AJ? That's easy to do.
Well, let's pull him up here. It's Mr. Scott Ramler as he's still trying to go backwards for some god-awful reason. Scott, absolutely a dominating race. Talk about how that race car felt tonight and how'd you do it?
Thing was on rails. I wanted to complete my backwards victory lap there, but I wasn't paying attention to my engine temp, so I blew the motor. I can't make it all the way around.
Oh dear. Well, if you made it one more turn, you might have been able to coast all the way down the hill.
Yeah, that would have been close. But yeah, this thing was hooked up. There was a little bit of a kerfuffle going into the beginning of lap 1 there. Came out of the second set of the uphill turns and realized there really wasn't anybody behind me, so I just threw it in cruise control and had some fun with it. Went for fast lap a couple times and started saving fuel so I could have the every lap led award. So
Yeah, well, you got that one. And it wasn't even close. We were talking up here, you know, you had such a huge lead, you know, for the majority of it. It was like, he doesn't need to take tires, but he has a 55-second lead. He's going to take tires anyway.
yeah, if you've got the choice to take tires, you might as well. I mean,
was there a lot of fall off?
No, there was virtually no fall off whatsoever. I was just trying to conserve everything that I had and not make any risk or take any risks till later in the race after I had a big enough gap set up. So saved some fuel, tried to save some tire, and just kind of relaxed all the way through.
All right. Well, before we let you go, are you going to stick around a couple more races, or are we going to see you next at Watkins Glen?
I am going to try and make it so that I am eligible for the championship. So hopefully you'll be seeing me here in the chase soon.
Oh, baby. Here we go. That's going to be fun. Scott Ramler throwing his hat hopefully into the run for the championship with the National Sim Group Cup Series. Before we let you go, got any sponsors you want to plug?
Absolutely. Want to thank McConey Setup Shops and Jeff McConey for coming on board, sponsoring me, and overall being an amazing guy. I love working with him and working with Leo, their offshoot at OSS and AIR. And really appreciate both of them for helping me and supporting me to come out and compete in any capacity that I can. Want to thank Joe Hutchings for running everything here at HSR, and thank Lauren and Scott for running the league, as well as Gary. And thank you, AJ, for broadcasting and everybody that came out tonight. I hope we put on a good show for you tonight.
Yeah, you made it as boring as possible, but as a driver, you want to do that. You want to stink up the joint.
Oh, yeah, that's my goal every week.
That means you're having a really good night, my friend.
Absolutely.
We'll catch you later, Scott. You have a nice night.
All right, you too, AJ.
All right, Noah, you want to take a crack at talking to our second place driver, Landon Williams?
Absolutely. You don't know it, but I gave myself a fist pump when he said there's no fall off. Made me look smart.
Well, here's the driver number 88, Drinking Bros Auto Racing. It's Landon Williams coming home second tonight. Noah, take it away.
Hello, Landon. You might not know me, but my name's Noah. I helped AJ up here in the broadcast. Good congratulations on your second place finish. I definitely, I'm not going to lie, I did not have you as on my bingo card of one of the guys up here up front, but you made a heck of a run. Tell me, what do you think you had to go get Scott as he was completely dominating this race?
Appreciate the good words there, but I don't know. I don't think I had anything for Scott. He was really fast. I messed my qualifying lap up, so I had to start a little bit further back than I wanted to, but I don't know. I think Scott had us regardless. He was fast tonight. I'd like to have been up front at the beginning to see what I could do, but I wasn't really good with this setup the first 10 or so laps. So it took me a little bit to get going, and once I got going, I was able to get by 74 car, and then got to Jacob there before he pitted, and I knew from the beginning of the race that I was going to take fuel only. I did that in NIS back in June, and it won me the race by 20 something seconds. So I knew tires was out of the picture, and I was just trying to keep it on the racetrack and get as close to Jacob as I could, and try to get second place.
Absolutely. Yeah, you mentioned about no tire fall off. I was talking to AJ about that race where I'd be surprised if guys take 4 tires, but I expect more guys to not take tires. But a lot of guys actually did this tire strategy, and you're one of the few that didn't. So you kind of knew a little trick. But you mentioned it. You didn't qualify. If you did qualify, do you think you would have, been up there with Scott throughout the end of the race or most of the race, or was he just that good today? Because he really put on a dominating show today.
Well, if I'd have hit my lap like I wanted to in qualifying, I think I ran like a 1:17.1 or something in qualifying. I blew a corner on both laps, and it put me towards the back of the top 10. And I just needed a little more track position at the beginning of it with how awful I was at the beginning of the run on that setup. But I still don't think I could have caught him. He's really consistent in these cars, and I'm not.
Well, you actually did a very good job today. The way you were able to pressure up to Jacob there late in the race, and really seemed like you hit your marks pretty well, mistake-free. Got one more question for you. I've heard that y'all are going to Watkins Glen, finishing second here, having a very strong run from coming up to the field. How confident does that make you going into Watkins Glen?
It does give me some confidence. I'm naturally better at Watkins Glen. The NIS here in June is the only time I've ever won at Sonoma, and I've got multiple wins in different kinds of cars, LMP2, GTE with Watkins Glen. So definitely more confident going into there than I was coming here. I feel like I have a better run at Watkins Glen than I did here today.
Absolutely. Well, Landon, congratulations on finishing second place today. Wish you all the best. If you have any final words, go ahead and say it. But great job racing today, buddy.
Yep, appreciate it. I just want to thank HutchSport Racing. Everything to do. The setup had a lot of speed for me at the end. Drinkin Bros Auto Racing, Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. Let's see. I'm sure there's somebody else. I'm pretty SWS Chassis, All Star 15 TV, and everybody else at HSR. And,
feel like you just had to go look at his car.
Yep, I had to, because I really had a moment where I couldn't think of anything, and I knew there was other things on the car, so I had to go click back a little bit there and make sure I was getting everything.
It's okay. If you go check out one of AJ's broadcasts where he was interviewing Ryan Vargas, he couldn't figure anything out either. His own merch and all the other stuff.
Yeah, that was actually kind of funny. That was at Darlington on a Wednesday night. But Landon, congratulations getting to Jacob May and then passing Jacob May with a little pit strategy to come home second tonight.
Appreciate it, guys.
See you later, my brother. All right. Well, we got one more driver, and it's the number 10 of Jacob May. Jacob May, AJ, and Noah in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, my friend?
Yes, sir.
What's up, brother? How you doing? Hell of a race tonight.
I'm hurting a little bit, that's for sure.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, but I'm feeling it right now.
So, talk about it. You came down pit road, you took tires when Landon didn't end up taking tires. You kind of pit before him, so the ball was then in his court. But at any point during it, were you saying just no tires and go, or did you need those Goodyear Eagles?
I think it would have been about the same either way. I was just really, really fighting for green with all the shifting, just with some changes I made, and just at the point in the run, with how worn the track was getting, how hot it was, I don't think it would have mattered. So I just went ahead and got him, and that ultimately hurt me.
Well, you put a really good race together. as I'm looking at the standings. You were up 2 positions. You started 5th, ended up 3rd. But what I really want to get into talking about is what was on your hood tonight, because I saw that you posted something on Facebook earlier about the Stepping Stone Foundation. Talk about it, my friend. Give them the airtime.
Yeah, so the Stepping Stone Foundation, I'm very close with their founders, Megan and Nick Durham. We're based out of OKC, and pretty much their goal is just to help teen parents who are still in high school help further their education, get on their feet, get what they need for success, so that they're not stuck in a hole their whole life. And their goal is just really to encourage these young girls to be the best they can despite their circumstances. And it's a blessing for all they do, and I'm very proud to be associated.
All right, brother. Well, I know we have one more road course on the schedule in about 4 to 5 weeks. We go to Watkins Glen. Anything you can learn from a racetrack like Sonoma and bring over to Watkins Glen?
I think kind of the slickness. It kind of can translate in a few parts of the track. Watkins Glen's a whole different animal. I love that place. If Rambler's not there, I definitely count myself to have a shot at that one.
Well, you got some bad news that we just had about 10 minutes ago. Rambler's going to try to make the rest of the season to hopefully make himself playoff eligible.
Well, go beat him.
There you go. To be the best, you got to beat the best.
Amen.
Woo. Well, brother, got any other sponsors you want to thank? I know I could see the HSR on the front of that Toyota Camry, but overall great race. But we'll let you hit the rest of the sponsors for you.
Yeah, for sure. All Star TV, All Star 15 TV, Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. Everyone that supports HSR, especially Joe Hutchings for all his support for me.
Man, you're just making his ego even bigger and bigger. I'm kidding. But brother, great race altogether. Congratulations on the 3rd place finish. Hopefully we see you next week. But stay safe, stay cool, and go get some more Legends wins, my friend.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, that is the driver of the number 10 Stepping Stone Foundation, Noah. Holy cow, what an awesome race. What are your final thoughts?
Spectacular race. I mean, I might have cut off there. That was a spectacular race. Scott came in and said, beat me if you can, which was, it's never fun to watch someone dominate, but man, is it an art to see. It's a sight to see, I guess is the better word.
Absolutely.
And it was nice to see everybody race clean, respectful. Nobody was yelling. Nobody was bickering. I think for my first experience with this league, it was fantastic. Nobody was flipping. Nobody was stuck in the wall. It's a pretty good race overall. And apparently you can't wait to see Jacob next streak or whatever. I don't know. I mean,
next week.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know Jacob personally, but I'm just kidding. But yeah, overall, this was fun. I'm glad I came out here and helped you out. I think I'd be looking forward to seeing what other these guys can do out in the ovals and all the exciting jazz.
You don't have to go very far because we go to the Nashville Fairgrounds next week.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. 200 laps, 118 miles. It's going to be a night race event, and that's going to conclude on the 6th of December, next Tuesday. And then right after that, we take these next-gen cars to the Oval at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
I do want to say, before you close out, make sure all of you guys tuning in, come out and tune in tomorrow night. My league that I co-own, along with Chase Baker, Thunderstorm League of Racing, will be racing at Chicagoland, 90 laps. Should be a good one. You got a closing in the final of our championship. You never know who show up. You might see Herman Sadler. You might see Ryan Vargas. You might see David Shouthouse. You never know what's going to be there. It's going to be great racing. Come in, hang out with AJ. Watch us tear it up there at Chicago. Let's make AJ famous. He deserves it.
I appreciate that, Noah. But everybody, please stay cool, stay safe, or hell, stay warm, depending on where you are in these wonderful United States or around the world. But yeah, we will see you next week at the Nashville Fairgrounds. For Noah Wilson, I'm AJ Capola. You're watching All Star 15 TV. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow night for the Thunderstorm League of Racing at Chicagoland. Peace out, everybody.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.